Hi, today is Thursday, the 10th of November, the day after the US general election, presidential election, with all these shocks and doom and gloom. We trade what we see, and though we didn't trade yesterday because the market was too volatile, today the market was still volatile but a little bit more manageable. It required quite a lot of focus, though. It was a really good day on the system. I just want to show just three markets to just look, show some examples. Let's start with the DAX. As you can see, the DAX opened with a gap up, and it didn't manage to close it, although small. Usually when they don't close it, they go the other way, and actually the momentum from yesterday was really up. We didn't know how much, but there was still quite a lot of fire on these bulls. So as soon as we entered on the breakout of this range, I took my default target, which is a 10. I took it off completely. Just moved it up there, and see what could have happened. And this was really very good, because I basically after this point here, I basically started trailing this this move with a 20 points down. The market, as you can see, reached almost a big round number at 92, and this is where I took off half the position, and then I took off the other half of the position here. So it was a different trade management based on the fact that there was big momentum, and the fact that actually the market didn't really have any retracement whatsoever. So lifting the targets, putting it up here, and following this with trading stop. You had a retracement here. It was a pretty big one, retracement from 790 to 713, so almost 100 points. This is why I didn't use this sell signal. It would have been probably triggered, but that was to be filtered. It was coming down too much, and it was really testing this moving average. It was a little bit on the fishing side, as you can see that the market went up again. There was another opportunity, but it was after 10 o'clock. So what happened next? Well, in the afternoon, there was no 130 big news and so on. So at 135, I decided to take this short, and I was very lucky actually, because the market blipped down. It got my 10 points, and then it went up again. Here, this is interesting, because you see this range, and you see that the market broke with this moving average here, but here we do not have a signal yet. So an advanced trade would have been to enter here, but let's stick to the rules, the basic rules. We didn't have the signal until the end of this bar. Now, we were long YM at that point, and we actually entered YM in a much better position. So we didn't have a correlation risk because we were already in profit with YM. So we could have entered on this one. And because of the momentum, I decided to get in. Actually, I decided that it would have been a good idea to try. However, it was a very tricky situation, because, as you can see, we entered really on this trend line. It was tested already twice. So that's the first signal. The second signal, second sign that things were probably a little bit on the exhaustion side, was that YM was touching the second level of their targets, and so it was time to get out. So this was a scratch. But again, it's important to show that on basic rules, even on basic rules, if you apply a little bit of PA, price action, you can see that A, you were a little bit late here, B, you were on trend line, and C, if you looked at the correlated markets, YM, it was started getting exhausted, so the market went down. But we quickly actually recovered, because on this sell signal here, we actually, this was the bar, we actually waited for this low to be cleared. So really this entry was about here, and again it was another little bit of sort of lucky thing. We had 15-point range, so we took out 10, and then we were stopped out at break even on this. But a much better trade was than this one. And again, this is a re-entry, so it comes a bit on the realm of advanced trade, but as you can see, the market went down on a clear rejection of this relative high here. It formed a kind of range here. There was this breakout here again, and you could play this as many times as you want, provided that you're looking at the right thing. This was a great trade. The market then retraced. It retraced to the moving average. You could have re-entered here, which was a little bit of a risky thing, because you would have entered at 10. But the idea, again this here, and the idea was to test this low here, which was 87. So you had plenty of room, and really the safest thing would be to take something out at the big round number, and then take something out here as well. So as you can see, great volatility, great day, and we had something like 110 points on DAX. I also want to show the example on the cable, because we had a little bit of everything today. So the market was up. At 8 o'clock you have this breakout here, and as you can see, first thing is that it doesn't go anywhere. So it's one up, double top, and really hovering around this. And at this time I decided to get out, and that was a mistake. So I got out with a scratch, and I didn't get to my target. And the mistake was this, that I was a little bit frustrated about getting out here, and I re-entered here, which was a much worse place than this one, and as you can see, I was fished out. So I started with a scratch and a loss on cable. Then you had this great drop here, and you really want to make your money back, and you have an opportunity to go short here, not really here, not really here. So the opportunity is to go short here, but look at the time, it's 9:25. 9:25 is always a bad time to do anything on cable, because there's some news. Today there were not some news, but even if they're not, you can see that there is always a little bit of a problem there. Now the market bounced back, and a much better place at last to try to make up some of the losses was this 9:45 break of this low, and the market really went down really nicely until the big round number. So again, we actually got back all our losses with this nice trade. Afternoon, a little bit hairy, same thing as in the morning. As you can see, we have to wait for the market to clear the pivots, so we entered a little bit later here, and the market struggled a bit, but we had this nice trend line here. The market was trending up, but really we were really close to this high here, and I was quite concerned. And I was about really to take out the trade for a scratch when the market really went up, and so that was another good trade. And as you can see, you could have had quite a lot of re-entry opportunities once the markets actually hit or went very close to the moving average. As a matter of fact, we did another scalp here, 10 points on this one, and this one was a little bit too late, but you could have entered here. So overall, a very good day. I don't have time to show everything, but I think I've given you an idea.